All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to Yoakim out there who pushing this word with truth and sincerity, and as well as so you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And I want to go into another lesson, Lord willing, it do be edifying. And as you see from the title, it says, the time is coming for each person to choose what side they're on. You see? Again, the time is coming for each person to choose what side they on, man. You know? And what sparked my spirit to want to go ahead and do this lesson is that, and it's nothing new, within the nation of Israel, right? You had to choose, even all the way in the beginning, you had to choose sides, man. Whether you're going to be for the Lord or for the world. And it's many different, I'm going to say this, it's really only two sides you can choose, but it's many ways. Now, technically, it's only two sides. You're on the side of the Lord or you're on the side of the world. But within that, for example, within this truth, you got many different camps, right? You got many different camps in this Israelite, for lack of better words, this awakening. I was about to say movement, but awakening. And within these many different camps, you have different doctrines, right? Teachers. You got the false prophets right along with the real prophets. You see? But again, many doctrines are being pushed out within these different groups. And we come into the time to where the Lord is about to make known who are his true prophets, man. Who are his real prophets in the earth. You see? And how the Lord will start to show who his prophets are. He gonna do it by way of what? Judgments, man. So now, as we get to the point, eventually each and every person will have to choose what side they own. Again, in the truth, there's many different camps, many different doctrines. You see, when the law start to make known, for example, when that MOTB be mandated and it's made known that, look, this is the R5D micro C-Hub, then what? Right? These certain Israelite believers out there, they're going to have to choose which side they own. You still going to follow Bishop Nate? And saying the MOTB is an embargo, so on and so forth. You still going to follow certain men like ISUPK who said Jacob's trouble is gay. Don't worry about it. Which side you gonna be on in that day? When these things start to be fulfilled, which side you gonna be on? And even not just as far as inner truth with these different camps, and the closer we get to the end, these different groups, they're gonna have to figure out which side they're gonna be on, because they're gonna realize that they camp and they teachers ain't got the truth. But even all Israel, everybody, including us who know the Israelites, the bigger picture, when Esau come down with great wrath, right? When Esau come down with great wrath like a flood, a lot of Israelites gonna be put on a chopping block because their faith gonna be tested. They're gonna be asked, do you believe in this Israelite truth? Are you a part of this? A lot of people ain't gonna be with it no more. Which side you gonna be on, man? You gonna bow down to Esau when he question us, take us up like Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter say he gonna grab some of us up, and we're gonna get some precepts in a few. But Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, say he gonna grab some of us up and try us and torture us to see if our words be true. So when it comes down to that point, whether you gonna despise what Esau talking about and be willing to give your life for the Lord, or go ahead and get that MOTB and despise what the Most High said. We're coming down to the time, going back to the title. The time is coming for each person to choose what side they own, man. You see? And this is a serious time in world history for the Israelites that we in. You're gonna have to choose within the movement, within its awakening. I don't want to use movement, but within its awakening is many different teachers, many different doctrines. You're gonna have to choose when it's all said and done, who you gonna follow, who got it. Let's get some scriptures. And in the whole, when this Israelite truth get demonized, you're gonna have to choose again. Is you still riding for the Lord, or is you not? Going back to the theme of the lesson, which side you on, man? Let me get this brother precept right here. This is a good one to start with. This is Joshua 24 and 15 from Aliyah. It says, and if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh, choose ye. See, it's a, well, it really ain't a choice, but it says, choose ye this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your father served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. Which side you on? You see? But what else about to get? Oh, let me share my screen real quick. But again, we coming to that time, and this ain't the first time. It's been many times you have to, and I'm gonna get an account too. And there's a couple of verses, it ain't nothing long, and whatever else, the Lord feed us with. But it's been many times you had to choose, man. A shit with the disciples, all the people back then, even with Yahweh Shai, whether you was gonna follow those scribes and Pharisees and go with the law, or follow Yahweh Shai and the disciples and have faith in the Lord. At that time, you had to choose which side you on. You see, many other examples within our nation, you had to choose which side you on. What I'm getting, Malachi. That's what I wanted. Malachi 3. Because look, coming into this truth, that's one of the first things we had to do, and some people still are in the process of doing that, is what? Discerning who the Lord really dealing with, so you can decide which side you go be on, man. Real quick, this is Malachi chapter 3 and verse 18. It says, then shall you return. Return what? Back to this truth. Like it said in Baruch, we return to who we are in our captivities. So once we return to who we are, knowing our power, Yahweh, our Savior, Yahweh Shai, which tribe we from, right? Reuben, Judah, you see? But that's not the end all be all. Just because you're an Israelite, that's not it. Because once you come into this awakening, now you're going to be opened up to the vast multitude of different teachers and many different doctrines. So now what? Well, after you return, it says, Malachi 3 and 18, then shall you return, and it's the next step. It says, and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. So when we came into this truth, we had to look out, try them in spirit, see who's teaching according to what the scriptures say, right? And who words are actually taking place on the earth, so on and so forth, who got the names, these different things. So we had to discern between who the Lord was dealing with and who he not. And from that point on, as each man did, we made our decision on who was going to follow. You see? On who was going to follow, because look, the time coming within Israel that all things going to be laid out. Let me get this in Ezekiel real quick. All things going to be laid out. The Lord going to let the nation know who his true teachers are. You see? Right now, we made a decision on what side we go be on. We rolling with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Right? That's what it is. But look, for example, once the MOTB be mandated and everybody know that it's the RFID Marco C here, they say hop on a bandwagon, right? A lot of these other believers out there who will call themselves believers who in these different camps, once they realize that they teachers' word ain't coming to pass, and what these Great Millstone bums been saying, it's been happening. A lot of people gonna choose what side they gonna want to be on. They gonna want to be on the side of the men who words are holding weight, man. A lot of people go jump and hop on a bandwagon, which in reality, it in a way it would be the elect just coming on home. You see, that's what it is, man. But let me get this, because the Lord gonna put it out there, and he gonna make these things known. These so-called teachers ain't gonna be able to just run all up and down YouTube forever, just posting up anything, man. That's not according to the scripture, saying anything that's not according to what the Lord want, man. that Paul, you can't trust what Paul say, right? And the Bible ain't the word of God, but the word of God in the Bible, you know, different things, so on and so forth. The Lord will put a stop to that. The Lord always, and I'm gonna get to the scriptures, and I'm gonna get a count after this. The Lord always made known, and He showed the nation who He was dealing with. Why would it be different in these times? And when He do show who He deal with, the ones who He ain't dealing with, it usually come by judgment, man, to prove to the nation, look, this my servant, he ain't. What it is, Jeremiah 28 with I forget the dude name. He a prophet, he was a false prophet trying to come up against Jeremiah, right? Well, the Lord showed who he was dealing with and killed the dude, man. Same thing with Elijah and the 400 prophets of Baal. The Lord showed who he was dealing with. The choice had to be made who was going to be on Elijah's side, who was going to be with the 400. We in the latter days, and the Lord about to make a separation again within the nation, man. Choices gonna have to be made. But real quick, Ezekiel 20, this is Ezekiel 12. This is Ezekiel 12, and I'm gonna start at 21. Real quick, it says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision felleth? So the Lord asked him, Ezekiel, what is this I'm hearing from these Israelites talking about that all my prophecies ain't gonna come to pass? Or it ain't gonna happen in a time. What is this I'm hearing? What is this the Lord response? Because we got the same thing today. A lot of these people don't think Esau gonna put a digital grain of rice in them. They think World War III is a far off. They think Yahweh ain't gonna come in our lifetime, man. Hey, well, ISUBK said Jacob's trouble was gay. Somebody who gonna make a statement like that about a time like never before, you clearly don't think that's gonna happen while you here on the earth. Well, this is what the Lord got to say. Verse 23. Well, tell them, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. When a time to where we about to see who word been true. Is it ISUPK? Is it IUIC? Is it Sakari? We ain't got to worship Yahweh. Is it Great Millstone? Is it GOCC? Who prophecies, right? That's what we about to see. Who prophecies are about to come true. And then we're going to see who prophecies or who been false prophets the whole time. It says, for there shall be no more, verse 24, there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. That's the point I wanted. We come into the time when men won't be able to just say anything they want to say, get on camera and just talk and run their mouth, or eat pork on camera and then say all praises. The time coming, it says there shall no more be any vain vision. You ain't gonna just pull some out your glutes, right? Pull some out, and just say anything. It says, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. So again, the Lord about to show who's right and who's wrong. And let me get this real quick to stay on that the topic of choices gonna have to be made. Now I want to get this real quick. I thought of this one earlier. When we came out of Egypt. Now, this one Moses was on the mount, getting the laws, talking to the Lord, so on and so forth. Now, at this time, you had Israel still on the ground, and they kind of forced Aaron to take part in helping them build a golden calf. They came up to Aaron, checked him. He was scared, right? And they took all their gold and they built the calf. So at this time, Moses came down. Moses pissed off. He mad because he thinking, man, the Lord just took us out of captivity, showed us mercy. We waiting to get lost to see what we should do next. And y'all niggas already tripping. Y'all already going off. You see? You're already going off. And the point I want to get is when Moses came down, he asked the people, who is on Yahweh's side? Who is on the Most High side, man? And we're going to see what's going to happen to the ones who wasn't on the Lord's side. But this is just an example real quick. This is Exodus 32. And I'm gonna start up a little bit. Exodus 32 and 21. And Moses said unto Aaron, why did this people, Salak, it says, and Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people that they are set on mischief. You're like, man, you know these niggas, man. Man, you know these some niggas, man. It says, for they said unto me, so this is what they told Aaron. They said unto me, make us gods which shall go before us. So look, they already on the opposite side of the Lord. You in opposition to the Most High because you looking for a help or a savior or somebody to give the Most High glory. You trying to get that to another God, man. When clear the Most High brought you out, but you want to make something from your own hands and say, no, this what brought us out of Egypt. So they already chose their side, just like our people today. Ain't literally going up to Aaron or the prophets saying, man, make us gods. No, they ignoring the prophets, ignoring what apostles and brothers say, and taking heed to Esau, whether it's science, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Egyptology, Islam, shit, even people selves today, money, they looking for another God, man. You see? So it says, what they said unto me. So look, you got those who Israelites, but they might not be in the truth. They declaring too. They choosing their side right now. They choosing. Because look, they in the world, ain't trying to take heed to the Lord and going with what Esau said. They choosing their side. Even the people who in the truth, they know they Israelites. They choosing their side too by choosing their teachers and the doctrine. They choosing, man. You know? But a lot of them, when these things come to pass, though, and be in their face, a lot of them go switch. And look, even when it come down to us as Israel in a whole, no matter what camp you in, you still gonna have to choose whether you on the Lord's side or not when it all boils down to that outward temptation. When Esau maybe torture you, right? Tempt you to take it like the brothers and Maccabees. Look, the brothers could have said, let us eat the pork and chose to go with Esau and despise the Most High, but they rather not eat the pork and die, man. They chose up, and it was for the Lord. Eleazar, the elder man in 2 Maccabees 6, he chose up, and it was for the Lord. We coming into the time where Israelites, we're going to be demonized on the news, right? Embarrassed in front of our families, maybe, you see, or threatened to get tortured. A lot of people go on to take that MOTB, they'd rather die. They're going to make that decision, man. That's even going to be a time of choosing which side we going to be on. Whether we going to be for the Lord and might have to die or say, hey, shit, to hell with Esau, and we'll see what happens. But the point is, whether it's within this Israelite truth, you got to choose what camp you following, or should I say, what doctrine you following. And in a bigger picture, when Esau tests us as Israelites, whether we fold or not, you're going to have to choose, man. Whether you're going to still ride for the Lord or not. That's in Wisdom of Solomon. Let's get that real quick. That's in Wisdom of Solomon too. He said, well, look, let us see if his words be true then. When Esau come try to tempt us, we're going to have to choose if we're going to still ride for the Lord or not. Real quick, this Wisdom of Solomon 2, and I'm going to go back to Exodus. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 17. Now, when you go into this the elites having a conversation amongst themselves on how they need to, hurry up and enjoy the pleasures of life. And then at the latter end of this, they were saying, look, and these poor people, let us oppress them even more. And then you got some men from these poor people who out there prophesying against us, talking about the prophets, which this chapter proved these elites, they talk about us in their meetings. We read about it. But let's read this real quick. Because look, even us, whether we go like Peter, Peter, that's a good example. What happened with Peter? Peter had to choose, although we understand he's still on the Lord's side, but that's just an example. When they was like, man, you one of them. Peter's like, all right. That's an example. When times get hard, people gonna come up to us, man, you one of them Israelites, huh? You ain't gonna better say, no, I ain't. They could just pull up the phone. Like, yeah, you right here. rewind a video, but it's gonna be a time of choosing, man. So let's start right here. This is what the elite say about the prophets. Wisdom of Solomon 2:17. I'm gonna go back to that Exodus. It says, "Let us see if his words be true." So let us see if he really about what he talking about. It says, "And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. So let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience." Let us see if he about what he was been talking about. This time will come for all of us, speaking to myself first and foremost, man. But that's why we doing lessons like this, confirming the souls of the disciples, man. We gonna have to go through it. Or should I say we might have to. We might have to. But the point is, look, Lord willing, we choose the Lord. What's the point of choosing Esau, taking the MOTB just to live an extra week here? And then when the Lord and missiles come, now you got to deal with the Lord, man. But it says, "And let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own sayings he shall be respected." You see, so I just wanted to get that real quick to show, look, even when it boiled down to it, outside of you choosing which camp or doctrine to follow, when Esau coming with great wrath on all camps, you're gonna have to choose whether you still gonna confess that you believe in this Israelite movement, or you're gonna have to tell Esau, "Man, I was just playing. I was just fooling y'all." You're gonna have to choose, man. That's why I say in 1 Corinthians 3 that every man work shall be declared by fire, because fire shall try every man work of what sort it is. The times we coming in, it's gonna show what each and every person made of, man. But let's go back to this. Speaking on, again, choosing which side we on, like the brother had got earlier, and Shalom Tala Akim Aqua for who may be tuning in, as the brother got earlier with that Joshua. As for me and my house, we're gonna serve the Lord. So look, this is a question or a statement that our forefathers been making, man. Which side you on? Moses said it. Joshua said it. Yahweh said it. He said, "Look, if you don't believe in me, you're going to die in your sins." But let's finish this. So look, this one, Moses came off the mount. He was hot. He was pissed off. It says, verse 23. This is what Aaron said to Moses, talking about the people. "For they said unto me, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what has become of him." So look, they're like, "Man, we don't know what happened to Moses. He been gone for about 40-something days, right? So look, let's make some other guys then, and we're gonna praise them." So this Aaron's still talking. "And I said unto them, whosoever have any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it to me, and then I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf." Right? It says, "And when Moses saw that the people were naked," they was going off. It wasn't literally naked. It says, when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. So see, they weren't physically naked. They were just again going off. Now this the point I want to get to. So this is what Moses did after seeing that. This is what Moses said. Because I mind you, you have people want to worship other gods, and their mind ain't toward the Lord. So Moses go throw out, he go throw out something right here. He go throw out a question, and it's hitting on a lesson. So after they told him that, verse 26, Exodus 32 and 26, it says, "Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on Yahweh's side?" It's a question mark. Who is on Yahweh's side? "Let him come unto me." Now, I mind you, you had all tribes, the Israelites, you had everybody there who came out of Egypt. Let's see if everybody went unto Moses, man. Matter of fact, I might have to get that one too. In number 16, that's another account with Moses with Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. That's going into choosing sides too. Lord willing, we get that. But it says, verse 26, "Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on Yahweh's side? let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him. So you had Levi who went with him. Verse 27. Now, this is what Moses told him. Verse 27. And he said unto them, so everybody who went on Moses' side, which was Yahweh's side, this is what Moses told them to do. And he said unto them, thus saith Yahweh, the God of Israel. So look, Moses just got the message. He was just a messenger. This was the Most High said to do. This was the Most High told the people who was on his side to do to the people that wasn't. And I mind you, they had a choice. Reuben, right? Gad, some of them, the other tribes had choices. I'm sure it wasn't probably all Levi, I don't know. Well, right here say all Levi, so I'm gonna go with that, you know. But a lot of other people had choices too. Why they didn't come? Well, let's see what happened to them. Exodus 32 and 27. And he said unto them, thus saith Yahweh, the God of Israel, put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from the gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses, and there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men. The Lord ain't playing, man. You don't want to be on this side? Okay, well, the people on my side, go take care of them then. You see? They ain't have to choose the Lord. And that's the same thing we saying today. You ain't gotta want to worship Yahweh Shai to Sakari. You ain't got, that's cool. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. You ain't gotta worship the Lord. Bishop Nate, you ain't gotta call on the Most High name. You ain't gotta call Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It's okay. We gonna do it. You see? All these other camps, you ain't gotta have your panties in a wad because you constantly gotta talk about or get questions about the MOTB. It's okay. We gonna do it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. The point is, sides are being chosen. When you telling the people you don't have to call on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, indirectly you choosing a side. Come on, man. When you telling people we ain't gotta worship Yahweh Shai, well, you choosing your side, man. Well, Yahweh Shai said that those who don't want me to rule over them, bring them here and slay them before me. You chose your side. So right here, Moses came down, Israel going off. He said, who on Yahweh's side? The Levites came to him, and Moses said, verse 27, thus saith Yahweh power of Israel, put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp. And I mind you, they doing this to fellow Israelites, and slay every man his brother and his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses, and there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men. You see, it says, for Moses has said, consecrate yourselves today to Yahweh, even every man upon his son and upon his brother, that he may bestow upon you a blessing this day. Come on, man. You see, but let's get this in Numbers 16 real quick. See, we can read through this fairly quick. Kind of, I get this way. I quoted it. 1 Corinthians 3 and 13. It says, every man's work shall be made manifest. What everybody been doing, right? In this truth, in this grace period, is gonna be laid out. It's gonna be made known. And what's gonna show it though? It says the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. Hard times, trials, tribulation, the demonization time we coming in. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. The Lord gonna find out what each man is made of. Is you made of gold, precious stones, and silver? Or is you made of wood, hay, and stubble? Well, how the Lord gonna find out? Come on, man, we go see. Right? We go see. We come into a time where the Lord is gonna make known. And I mind you, this is nothing new. It always happened within our nation. Within our history, the Lord, he made known within a nation who he was dealing with, and he showed the people who he wasn't. And it usually came by death, judgments, terror, so on and so forth, man. What you think will come in these times, seeing how proud these camps are, you know, whether the leaders of camps, these camps, all believers in the whole. Look how proud these Israelites who know they're Israelites, look how proud they are. No fear. no fear of the Lord, man. You see, but let's get number 16 just to get another an example of this. And this is a good one because this hit more on the camps because we say, Great Millstone got 100% truth, or the Lord dealing with the apostles, set the apostles up. It's one way. And you have these other camps, they may feel like, well, shit, I teach too. I got a group, so the Lord ain't dealing with me. He's just dealing with Apostle Tahal and Apostle. Yeah, yes. Well, this is the thing. The Lord always set leaders up. And we gonna go into this account. You had men who had a problem that Moses and Aaron was the leaders. Because in their mind, they were saying, well, look, we are Israelites. I'm a Levite too. We all special and chosen. The Lord love us all. Why is just you over everybody, Moses? Why you got to be the one to always talk to the Lord, Moses? That's like these camps today. Oh, Great Millstone. So the Lord only dealing with Great Millstone. Oh, so you telling me I gotta teach with the apostles teaching? Well, let's read then. Let's read. Let's read and see if the Lord just pick and choose or anybody just because they want to be a leader of the nation that they can sign a paper, right? And you can be a leader. Now, no, the Lord choose who He want to be leaders. And when you have people come up against that that authority that have been set up, then the Lord gonna show the people who is His and who He ain't dealing with. Which side you on, man? Come on. We always have to choose sides. Right? And as we see right now, what's happening in the world within Israel, how these people acting, it's clear to see who the Lord dealing with and who He not. Let's read this real quick. How long it is? We ain't gonna read the whole thing. We're gonna skip around, but we're in the NLT. So there's Numbers 16 in the NLT. We're gonna start at 1. It says, one day, Korah, son of Izar, a descendant of Kohath, son of Levi, conspired with Dathan and Abiram. So you had this Levite, Korah, right? He conspired with Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, son of Peleth, from the tribe of Reuben. They incited a rebellion against Moses alone. Now check this out, alone. So look, you had them three along with 250 other leaders of the community, all prominent members of the assembly. In other words, leaders of camps, right? Men who got a big following, a lot of subscribers. You see, all in the videos, what's the AP TTMH? All praise to the Most High, all in the comments. Most High Christ bless, all on the page. You see, a big group, just like you got today. You got men with big groups, a lot of subscribers, right? What IUIC got? The booster club. Right, with booster clubs, man. Right, the same thing they had back then came up against Moses, just a little old Moses and Aaron. Just like all these men got a lot to say about the apostles, man. Men who out there just on the highways ahead, just pushing the word, ain't bothering nobody. But let's get into this though. Just want to look, it's men who got great followings, leaders of the people, prominent members of groups that came up against Moses and Aaron because they had a problem that they wasn't, or they ain't had the same authority as Aaron and Moses. So let's read this. So it says they united against Moses and Aaron and said, "You have gone too far. Y'all going too far, Moses and Aaron." you know niggas, man. It says the whole community of Israel has been set apart by Yahweh, and He is with us all. What right do you have to act as though you are greater than the rest of the Lord's people? So he said, look, we Israelites too, Moses, right? Just like today, hey, well, we in the truth too. We got camps too. What right y'all have saying that y'all got 100% truth? Like y'all greater than, right? Same story, same thing, same thing. Well, let's read on. Verse 4, it says, and when Moses heard what they were saying, he fell down on the ground. Then he said to Korah and his followers, this is what Moses said, tomorrow morning, Yahweh will show us who belongs to him and who is holy. The Lord will allow only those whom he selects to enter into his own presence, right? Not anybody who decide themselves. No, you got to be chosen for this. It says, Korah, you and all your followers, just like these leaders today, them and all their followers, must prepare your incense burners, light fires in them tomorrow, and burn incense before the Lord. Then we will see whom Yahweh chooses as his holy one. You and you Levites are the ones who have gone too far. It says, then Moses spoke again to Korah. Now listen, you Levites. Does it seem insignificant to you that the Most High, God of Israel, has chosen you from among all the community of Israel to be near him so you can serve in the Lord's tabernacle and stand before the people to minister to them? Korah, he has already given this special ministry to you and your fellow Israelites. And are you now demanding the priesthood as well? So Moses was saying, look, Korah, you tripping. All y'all Levites tripping. The Lord already chose y'all as Levites to be special unto him. Now, nigga, you asking for more? You want to be the leader? Just like Solomon told his brother, or his mother about his brother. You see? But you asking for this too when the Lord already blessed you, man. It says, verse 11, the Lord is the one you and your followers are really revolting against. For who is Aaron that you are complaining about him? And then he said, and what Aaron did to y'all that y'all mad? It says, verse 12, then Moses summoned Dathan and Abiram and the sons of Eliab, but they replied, we refuse to come before you. Isn't it enough that you brought us out of Egypt, a land flowing with milk and honey, to kill us here in the wilderness, and that now you treat us like your subjects? So look, so he told the other two, he wanted to talk to him. They said, man, we ain't come and talk to you, Moses. It's your fault. We left Egypt, a land flowing with milk and honey, to come out here so you can kill us and you can treat us like you own us, Moses. So see, they had a problem with the authority that the Most High set up, with the men that the Most High set up. Just like we see today, men got problem that the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh set up the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, man. Hey, it is what it is. Instead of scoffing against it for the title's sake, you might as well just choose the side. Come on this side. Come on this side, man. You see? It says, what's more, you haven't brought us into another land flowing with milk and honey. You haven't given us a new homeland with fields and vineyards. Are you trying to fool these men? We will not come. Right? They said, we won't respect you, Moses. Just like today, men don't respect the apostles and elders. They call them old, right? So on and so forth. It says, then Moses became very angry and said to the Lord, do not accept their grain offerings. I have not taken so much as a donkey from them, and I have never hurt a single one of them. And Moses said to Korah, you and all your followers must come here tomorrow and present yourselves before Yahweh, and Aaron will be here also. You and each of your 250 followers must prepare incense burners and put incense on it so you can present them before the Lord, and Aaron will also bring his incense burner. Now we're going to jump down, right? Let's see. Okay, we're just going to continue. So it says, so verse 18, so each of these men prepared an incense burner, lit the fire, and placed incense on it. Then they all stood at the entrance of the tabernacle with Moses and with Aaron. And meanwhile, Korah had stirred up the entire community against Moses and Aaron, and they all gathered at the tabernacle entrance. It says, then the glorious presence of the Lord appeared to the whole community, and the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, get away from all these people so that I may instantly destroy them. They was told, Moses and Aaron was told to get away from these people because I'm about to do them dirty. It says, verse 22, but Moses and Aaron fell down fell face down on the ground and said, "Oh God," they pleaded, "you are the power who gives breath to all creatures. Must you be angry with all the people when only one man sinned?" And the Lord said to Moses, "Then tell all the people to get away from the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram." So is it wrong for us to tell Israelites to leave IUIC? Man, y'all better leave IUIC. Y'all better leave GOCC. Y'all better leave Sakari. Y'all better leave Watchmen for Israel. Y'all better leave HOI. You see? Y'all better leave what's the other one in California? Oh boy, BOW, Believers of the Way. You see? No, it's not wrong for us to tell them that, because we understand that if they not preaching what the or saying what the Lord saying, telling you the Lord name don't matter, telling you the MOTB ain't what it is, the Lord gonna put them to death, man. Moses saying the same thing right here. He telling all the people, look, followers of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, followers of these great leaders, he telling them to get away from those very leaders. Leave them. So ain't nothing wrong when we tell certain members of certain camps, look, y'all better leave that group before the Lord destroy you with them, man. In other words, you better choose your side. You better choose your side, man. Moses said the same thing. Verse 23 again. And Yahweh said to Moses, tell all the people to get away from the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. In other words, tell the people, leave Korah camp, Dathan camp, and Abiram camp, or group. Tell them unsubscribe. Right? It says, verse 25. So Moses got up and rushed over to the tents of Dathan and Abiram, followed by the elders of Israel, and said, quick, right? Quick, he told the people, get away from the tents of these wicked men. Come on, man. Come on, man. He telling them they wicked. You see? But you know, we'll say that today, and Israelites will be butthurt. Oh, how you talking about your brother? Don't the scripture says you gotta love your brother. Man, shut up. You see? That's the problem with Israel. They think everything just gonna be all fun and games forever, man. Like it ain't gonna be just this Israelite thing where you can go from group to group. You can get shirts and Jerusalem puffer jackets, right? You can be shown on YouTube. Everybody know your name, your face, and saying Kwame Ashala. I like when he bring it out. Guerrilla Hebrew. People think we just gonna be in this phase of Israelites posting on YouTube, right? Being known, and then you get old, and then a new group come up, and then they post, and then they get follows, and they get old, and a new group come up. It's not gonna go on forever, man. We ain't gonna be doing this forever. The Lord eventually go bring judgment and go show who he dealing with and who he not dealing with. That's why, just like Moses says, choose a side, man. It ain't like a gang thing, like a gang. Well, shit, we'll click you in. What side you? No, man. It's simply who on the Lord's side, come over here. Who ain't, stay over there, like Moses said, man. Come on. So let's see. Verse 25. So Moses got up and rushed over to the tents of Dathan and Abiram, followed by the elders of Israel, and said, quick, he told the people, get away from the tents of these wicked men and don't touch anything that belongs to them. In other words, get away from these men camps, get away from their groups. It says, if you do, you will be destroyed for their sins. Y'all gonna die for what they been teaching. You know, speaking for the times we're in now, a lot of people go die because they believing that the MOTB is an embargo. They believing, they got in their mind that Jacob Trouble is gay, so I ain't gotta worry about it. Like I should be K. Oh shit, we ain't gotta call on the Lord. We ain't gotta say his name. Well, I'm gonna just keep saying Jesus then. It's song, right? Everybody know Jesus. I'm gonna just keep saying Jesus. Most High Christ blessed, like IUIC or GOCC. Anybody could make it. Man, we saying get away from these men. Verse 27. So all the people stood back from the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. So look, when we do say these things, when videos go out, when we rebuke camps, correct camps for the off doctrine, some members do see those videos and leave those men, right? It says, so they stood back from Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Then Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the entrance of their tents together with their wives and children and little ones. And you know, a lot of these camps, they be having wives there, right? Women there, children there. Well, look, they're included in here too. Let's see what happened to them. It says, and Moses said, Moses says, this is how you will know that the Lord Yahweh has sent me to do all these things that I have done, for I have not done them on my own. And it's clear, and I know I'm mentioning the apostles because, come on, man. It's clear these men are set up. And look at the response Israel give. Everybody want to be, oh, I forgot, Bishop Jessup. I forgot one body. Ain't no miracles. People like that. You see, he might be one of these three Moses talking to, Bishop Jessup. He might be Korah, Dathan, or Abiram. I'm gonna say Korah. You see, I'm gonna say Korah. But let's continue. So this is what Moses said: if these men die a natural death, or if nothing unusual happens, then the Lord has not sent me. That's how you know Moses was confident. He said, if these men die a natural death, if they just get old and die, or if they die and nothing unusual happened to them, then the Lord ain't dealing with me. Verse 30, it says, but if the Lord does something entirely new and the ground opens up its mouth and swallows them and all their belongings, and they go down alive into the grave, then you know that these men have shown contempt for the Lord. Now check this out. It says, verse 31, he had hardly finished speaking the words when the ground suddenly split open beneath them. Man, so right when Moses was saying, look, if the Lord do something new, like open up the ground, you feel me? Open up the ground and swallow them. Soon as he was saying that, the ground opened up, and it says, the ground suddenly split open beneath them. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed the men along with their households and all their followers or subscribers who were standing with them and everything they owned. We're going to have to read this again. A lot of these camps, once the Lord show who he dealing with and who he not, a lot of these members gonna get judged right along with their leaders, man. You see, the Most High said he gonna start at his house first. Then he said start at the ancient men, the heads of the camp, just like Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Well, when they was taken down, guess who went with them? Their wives, their children, and all they followers are subscribers. And everything they own, their cameras, like Sakari, you know, he just got his shit broken into. The cameras went, your clothes, your Jerusalem bomber jacket went in a hole. It went in a hole too, right? The zeets, all that's in the ground for coming up against the Lord men. And look, men, those people had a choice to go on Moses' side. They stayed with the no. So let's read it again. It says, verse 32, the earth opened its mouth and swallowed the men, right? The men who came against Moses now, these highly esteemed leaders. So they went in the ground. It says, along with their households, wives and children, and all their followers who were standing with them. You're going to stay with them. You're going to fall with them. Look, if they would have went with Moses and them, they would have seen the other people going to the ground, but you stayed. It says, in everything they own, so they went down alive into the grave, along with all their belongings, and the earth closed over them, and they all vanished from among the people of Israel, man. And all the people around them fled when they heard their screams, and the earth. So look, it says all the people around them fled when they heard their screams. Let's stop there. So everybody else seen these men get judged for coming up against Moses now. So a lot of men that's on the forefront now coming up against the Lord's men, the Lord doctrine, the Lord's true doctrine, which coming from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. A lot of men, we about to see their judgment out in the open. The Lord, look, the Lord go let a lot of these people get judged so the whole nation can see. Look, camps go live now. Look, it might be at camp. You got you know, Chief Ephraim or somebody want to go live trying to be tough, might be going live, and we see a judgment live. Not wishing that on the man, you know, it is what it is. But we in them times like that, the law gonna start just like back then. The judgment was out in the open. You see, go put up on the news so we all can know about it. It says the earth will swallow us up too, they cried, and the fire blazed forth from the Lord and burned up the 250 men who were offering incense. Everybody who was subscribed to him, they died too for following these men, man. You see that? Come on. Shit. I'm gonna jump down again because the Lord was still knocking niggas off. Verse 41. But the next morning, the whole community of Israel began muttering again against Moses and Aaron, still talking shit, saying, you have killed the Lord's people. So they was blaming the death of all those people on Moses and Aaron. Just like, look, if shit happened today, who they blame it on? Great Millstone. It's y'all niggas' fault. Y'all the worst of the worst. You see? It says, and as the community gathered to protest against Moses and Aaron, they turned toward the tabernacle and saw that the cloud had covered it and the glorious presence of the Lord appeared. And Moses and Aaron came and stood in front of the tabernacle and said unto them, and the Lord said unto Moses, get away from all these people so that I can instantly destroy them. But Moses and Aaron fell on the ground, fell face down on the ground. And Moses said to Aaron, quick, take an incense burner and place burning coals on the altar, lay incense on it and carry it among the people to purify and make them right with the Lord. The Lord's anger is blazing against them, and the plague has already begun. And I jump down to the point. It says, verse 49, but 14,700 people died in that plague. The Most High was killing niggas. It says, in addition to those who had died in the affair involving Korah, man. You know, it says, then the plague had stopped, and Aaron and Moses returned to the entrance of the tabernacle. So we pretty much read the whole chapter, which, you know, but you see the point, man. Choosing which side you go be on. You had Moses and Aaron, and those who believe with them was on their side, but then you had the people who came up against the Most High's leadership that he set up, and they was on their side, and we seen what the Lord did to them. So that's two accounts right there. Wait, shit, both of them dealing with Moses. When he came down from the mount, he saw him doing that golden calf. He said, look, who on the Lord's side, come over here. Those who was on the Lord's side went over there, and they went kill the ones who wasn't. And the same thing right here. You got men today coming up against what the Lord set up. Well, we're going to see a judgment eventually come for these men. Everybody can't be the leaders of the nation, man. You see? The Lord always did that from the beginning. Either it was one man that was over the whole nation to either lead us out or guide us, or a couple men. Not just because you got a camp and you was the first one and you started picking men and you started growing now you Aaron and Moses. You see, and King David. No, man, that's not how it works. You see? That's not how it works. But let's move on. Let me get this real quick. I think it's in 2 Ezra 7. I said even Moses spoke to him. I think it's 2 Ezra 7. If a brother know where it's at. Oh, I got my sword right here. Oh, I see it. I see it. Call lawyer, how about you, shot? So the 2 Ezra 7, right? It says, 2 Ezra 7, let's start at 57. It says, Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon earth shall fight. Right? And look, we came into this thing, we got to fight, we got to overcome. It says that if he be overcome, so if you lose the battle where every man came down on earth, we got to go through this thing called life. Right? And now that the Lord called us to this truth, what we fighting for, the bitter elect. So it's saying right here that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. Right? So if a man give up, you're gonna lose, you're gonna suffer. You got to go through those plagues, so on and so forth. It says, but if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say, which is ultimately salvation. But verse 59 is the point. It says, for this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life that thou mayest live. You see, which side you gonna be on? Choose life, man. It says, nevertheless, they believe not him, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me which have spoken unto them, man. That there should not be such heaviness in their destruction as shall be joy over them which are persuaded unto salvation, man. So look, these people go wish they would have believed or switched sides in a day when everything is happening. But again, it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. Right now, it's the time to get on the side of the Lord, man. You know, just like Moses. Well, we keep mentioning Moses, but Moses in Egypt, it says that he ain't want to be the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He rather to suffer with his people. He chose his side, man. He chose what he wanted to do. You know, let me end it off on this real quick, because this pretty much paint the picture on, you know, the different sides. The second Ezra 9 and I ended off on this. Second Ezra 9 and 8. It says in 7, everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed, because you chose the side of the Lord to serve the Lord, it says, shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So that's the ones who chose the side of the Lord. But the ones who ain't, it says, and they shall be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Now you got to go through it. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was opened up unto them, that's now, it says they understood not but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain, man. You see? Because at the end of the day, those who ain't choosing the Lord, they was created just to die anyway. I think that's in it anyway. Let's end it off on that. Yep. Jumping down to verse 20, 2 Ezra 9 and 20, it says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it. It says, verse 21, and I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. And that's the elect. That's the elect. That's the ones who going to follow the Lamb whithersoever he go, right? Choosing the Lamb, choosing the side of the Lord. That's the ones, man. It says, and I saw it and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of a cluster and a plant of a great people. But for the others, it says, and let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Everybody else who don't want to get down with the Lord, let them die, man. Let the multitude perish, which was born in vain. It was born for that very reason, to be condemned anyway. It says, but let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect, man. You see? Hey, like I said in 2 Thessalonians 1, to you who are troubled, rest with us. We're on the side of the Lord allowing us to rest right now, man. You know, but I just want to touch on that. Again, this is something that always happened within our history as Israelites. You always had to choose, man. You know, who you was going to be with, whether right hand or the left hand, man. And Shalom Tala Akim Akwat on the comment board as well. Yahweh Shemal Shah Brakatham. You know, tall y'all. Right, this is a good one. Matthew 15 and 14. The brother Barav Yahweh Shah 144. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, then both shall fall into the ditch. Right? Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, they was the blind leaders, and then you had the 250 people following them. They was the blind, and guess what? They both literally fell into a ditch. They fell into the ground. They all literally fell into the ground. Blind leaders leading blind. And the Lord swallowed them up into the ground, man. That's funny. They fell into a ditch. So what can we see today? We can see it is happening to a lot of people. Again, the time is coming for each person to choose what side their own. Whether it's within Israel, if you in Israel, you know you're Israelite, it's time for you to choose which teachers you going, or should I say, which doctrine from which camp you gonna follow, because it ain't about the man, it's the doctrine. Which doctrine you go follow from which camp? You got to make a choice on that. And even you as an Israelite in a whole, when times get hard, Esau come down with great wrath on the Israelites for having this truth. You still gonna have to choose a side, whether you go be on this world side or if you gonna be on the Lord side, and you might have to give your life. A choice still gonna have to be made, man. You know, a choice still gonna have to be made. So again, the time is coming for each person to choose what side they're on. You know, and Lord willing, for all us who tuning in, who listening. As for us in our house, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Ratazah, we gonna serve Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, man. Bahashim Rachakwadash. And Lord willing, we continue to. But look, I'm gonna end it right there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. Keep fighting, keep pushing, and as always, we almost out of here. And with that, shalom.